So we are here today yet again to welcome and greet our newest corporate citizen, not only for Kerrville, but for the Hill Country and for the state of Texas. Please help me welcome with this new logo of our newest corporate citizen, Megaacrete. Now, Megaacrete is a partnership between Aercon and Litecrete. Aercon is owned by the Herb family, which has been an industry leader in AAC production since 2002 out of Orlando, Florida. Litecrete is owned by the Zambrano family out of Monterrey, Mexico, which is a founding member of Cemex, which is the third largest concrete company in the world. And just last week at the International World of Concrete Show in Las Vegas, both families announced the formation of Megaacrete. And, quote, they said, it will redefine North America's autoclaved aerated concrete industry. And they went further on to announce the new company's headquarters and training center, which will be in Kerrville, Texas. So the question I had when I first met them late last year was, what is AAC? So that is autoclaved aerated concrete. So best way I could put it was when you're driving around some of the bigger metros, Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, you'll see these large buildings, condo towers, and they have these white panels, which for the longest time I thought they were styrofoam or foam panels, but they're not. It's actually their product. It is an ultra lightweight concrete with excellent structural capability, and it weighs a fifth of the traditional concrete, which has such qualities as being acoustic qualities, resistant to humidity, thermal insulation, and fire resistant. So it's German technology, which they use in their advanced manufacturing operations, which embeds these qualities into the actual panels, which is why they come out white, that's why I thought it was styrofoam. If I also could add, it's advanced technology, and it's clean industry, and it's considered green friendly. Megaacrete is going to invest $40 million in a 120,000 square foot state-of-the-art manufacturing facility. They will be creating 40 jobs over a span of 5 years, paying annual wages of $54,000, and indirectly creating another 180 jobs as far as the supply chain effect goes. The project's economic impact, looking at almost $60 million in its first 5 years of operations. They're going to be located at the industrial and commerce area of the airport. And I think you should know by now, there's a lot of things percolating out there. And I will say that it's no accidents. It's not a coincidence. There's a lot of effort that's been put into making sure that Kerrville's industrial area grows. So in economic development, this is a perfect example of a company which will provide that value add to our region, and not just through the creation of jobs, but through its supply chain and how they're already looking at sourcing the majority of their raw materials from this particular region. So they're already meeting with some of our local suppliers and vendors. And you've heard me use the phrase game-changing, which is something that I don't use lightly. In my, can't believe this, almost 20 years of economic development, I've used that 5 times as far as describing a project and saying it's a game-changing project. This is one of them. It's going to change the course of this community as it pertains to business, industry, and really help us go in a new direction. And I will say that very similar to a Kildare almost 3 years ago, it's going to be that project, that company that's going to continue to give to this particular community and really to the state of Texas. Talking about communities, Kerrville, my community, our community, did an outstanding job in bringing different entities, really thinking outside the box and truly collaborating on a project of significance with far-reaching economic impact. So to Kerrville, to our leadership, thank you for really helping pull this deal together. And from the bottom of my heart, to the Zambranos and to the Herbs, thank you for choosing Kerrville. So that leads me to our first speaker, who was instrumental and key in making this project happen from day one. Mayor Judy Agner, who is a native of Nebraska, serves on the board of directors of Kerr County Habitat for Humanity, the board of directors of the Dietert Center, the Kerrville City Zoning Board of Adjustments, the Kerr County Appraisal District Board, and she is also a member of the Noon Rotary Club of Kerrville and the Kerrville Board of Realtors. She's also a longtime member of First United Methodist Church of Kerrville and has been mayor for almost 2 years now, and prior to that served for 4 years as a city councilwoman. And I will say, she might be small in stature, but she can move mountains. Help me welcome Mayor Judy Agner.
Thank you, Gil. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you all for being here today to help us celebrate the arrival of Megaacrete. I sometimes put a T in there instead of a G. It has been known to us and affectionately called Mount Saddle. Mount Saddle has been the code name for this project for the last couple of years because that's how long it has taken us to convince the owners, the Zambranos and the Herds and their CEO, Mr. Salvador Garza, that Kerrville was the right place for the expansion of their company. It took a lot of convincing because we had some stiff competition, and if it were not for the thousands of hours and the relentless efforts of our own Gil Salinas and his team, I am not sure we would be here today. So to Gil and his team, thank you, thank you. I also want to extend my sincere thanks to all of you who are on the stage with me today and to those that you represent, because you too have played a big part in bringing Megaacrete to Kerrville. It's good to have you here to help celebrate this day. Megaacrete is a perfect fit for Kerrville. Economically, of course, Gil's talked about that. That's one of the first considerations, and that's a given. But as I have gotten to know the owners and their teams through dinners and social occasions, I have learned that there are other reasons that they will be good for Kerrville. They're a highly respected company in both Mexico and the United States. They've been in business for 30 years. They're a family-owned and family-run company. They have strong family values. They care about and for their employees. These qualities create the kind of business culture that we want for Kerrville. And through our conversations, I have also learned that they have a deep concern and care greatly for our world. They are environmentally friendly. There will be no air or land or noise pollution, and their water usage is limited because they recycle. It's been a delightful experience getting to visit with, to share with, and to know the owners and their teams. Not only will the company be good for Kerrville, but the people associated with that company will be very good for Kerrville. So today, we celebrate the beginning of a new community relationship and partnership. And to the Zambranos and the Herb families, your CEO, Mr. Garza, and your long-standing teams who are with you today, I say thank you, and thank you again for choosing Kerrville, and welcome home.
Thank you, Mayor. Now let me introduce Mr. Larry McManus. He is the Director of Business and Community Development for the Texas Economic Development and Tourism Division of the Office of the Governor, Greg Abbott. He is responsible for managing various initiatives such as existing industry and business recruitment, foreign direct investment, small business, marketing, research, and community relations. I've actually known Larry for almost the entire time that I've been doing economic development, and sometimes you'll hear me say, well, you know, with the team that I work with, so on and so forth, the success that we've had in Kerrville is specifically because of people like him being in our team and being in our corner and helping us with the recruitment and fostering the entry of these companies into our communities. Help me welcome Mr. Larry McManus.
Thank you, Gil, and I apologize. I've got some sinus things going on here. It's a great day here in Kerrville today. My name is Larry McManus, and I do run the Business and Community Development team for the Economic Development and Tourism Office in Governor Abbott's office. Governor Abbott and our Executive Director, Adriana Cruz, were not able to make it, and they do send their regrets. However, it's an honor to join you on their behalf as we celebrate this exciting announcement for Megaacrete and for Texas. We want to say thank you to Megaacrete for choosing to grow in Texas and for choosing Kerrville as the location for your U.S. headquarters and manufacturing facility. Your growing presence here in the Lone Star State will continue to make a positive impact on the local community and the state as a whole as you create jobs for hardworking Texans, while bolstering the state's manufacturing sector. Economic development is truly a team sport, and our success is thanks to close partnerships with our local economic development organizations such as the Kerr Economic Development Corporation, the City of Kerrville, and Kerr County, along with our private sector partners and innovative industry leaders like Megaacrete. Our office is here as your long-term partner. As a matter of fact, we have folks from the State of Texas Mexico office and our regional representative here as well. So when you get the opportunity, make sure to say hello to them. And we congratulate Kerrville and Megaacrete on this exciting announcement. I do have a proclamation, actually an official recognition from Governor Abbott, and I'll read what it says, and then I'll present it to them. The State of Texas Governor, it says, "To all whom these presents shall come, greetings, know ye that this official recognition is presented to Megaacrete LLC, Kerrville, Texas. Woven throughout the annals of Texas history is a proud tradition of commerce and industry. Our enterprising spirit and unrivaled economic climate have long made the Lone Star State an ideal business partner. Companies the world over have therefore expanded their footprint in the state on a historic scale. Among the many businesses to have taken up the Gone to Texas banner in recent years is Megaacrete, whose efforts represent genuine progress toward a more prosperous tomorrow and positive community impacts today. Megaacrete will produce a fundamental building block of modern infrastructure while supporting dozens of high-quality jobs with above-average pay. Its new headquarters, the result of a $40 million investment and robust collaboration between public and private stakeholders, will no doubt be an uplifting force in Kerrville and beyond. This ceremony announces an exciting new chapter for Megaacrete, for its customers, and for the people of Kerrville. On this momentous occasion and hereafter, I wish you nothing but success. Your accomplishments will, in due course, echo across the state. First Lady Cecilia Abbott joins me in extending best wishes. Signed, Governor Greg Abbott.
Thank you, Larry. Our next speaker is Mr. Adrian Lopez. He has more than 25 years of community and economic development experience. He has dedicated his career to public service, working in the city, the county, council of governments, nonprofits, and the housing authority. In his capacity as president and CEO of the Workforce Solutions Alamo, he's actually already helped us at the KDC with some of the different initiatives and prospects that we've been working with, case in point with Megaacrete. Help me welcome Mr. Adrian Lopez.
Thank you. Thanks, Gil, for the invitation. I really have the pleasure of, operating and representing 13 counties in this region, and seeing these wonderful sort of announcements like what we're experiencing today all throughout the region. Let me just tell you real quickly that Texas is #1 when it comes to job creation. During the pandemic and the downturn of the economy, Texas was first coming out of that in the recovery, right? Texas was first in job creation and continues to be first. Let me tell you, in this particular region, we've had upwards of 40,000 jobs that were just produced just last year. The 350,000 jobs that were lost during the first part of 2020 and around 2021, all of those have been recovered, and many more thousands of new jobs have been created. Let me just say that that does not happen because somebody like this guy here, Adrian Lopez, stands up in front of you and says, we want to create jobs. It happens because of hard work, because of individuals like Gil and Katie and their board that work tirelessly to try to put many sort of complex things together to be able to hopefully simplify the environment for employers such as Megaacrete to be able to come to communities like Kerrville. It also happens because of great leadership. The mayor and the judge here, you all are very, very lucky to have this type of leadership here because that doesn't happen necessarily throughout Texas, the region, or for that matter, across the U.S. So something to be extremely proud of the fact that you have some really, really great leadership, not only politically, but also in terms of the business community. So thanks to the business community also to being open to these types of opportunities that present themselves, right? There are definitely some communities that I represent that are not as opening. And sometimes when you look at sort of across about what's happening in the region in terms of job creation, housing construction, all sorts of infrastructure investments that are happening, it's here. And it's going to continue to happen in this particular region. Pretty proud of the fact of being on this stage to, be part of this really great announcement where Gil talks about $40 million of investment. I look at it from the perspective of what the jobs are creating in terms of $2.1 million worth of salaries that did not exist and are very quickly going to exist in this community. That's the ability for new job creation and businesses locally to be able to flourish. Lastly, I just want to thank everybody who participated in this, and I think the mayor said it extremely well. I don't know if you noticed, but she said at the end of her statement to our friends who are coming here, welcome home. In my culture and in my tradition, when somebody comes to your home, you do welcome it. So bienvenidos a nuestros amigos. And we always say what the mayor just said, which is están en su casa, right? You are at home. So with that, congratulations. Workforce Solutions stands ready to continue to work with Gil and others and to make this project a successful one, but also look into the future in terms of potential expansion and other types of business opportunities. So gracias.
Thank you, Adrian. Next, we have Judge Rob Kelly. He was elected Kerr County Judge in 2018. He is a commercial litigation attorney, mediator, and arbitrator with more than 40 years of experience. He previously practiced law in San Antonio, where he served on the management committee of a large law firm and ran as Republican candidate for Chief Justice of the San Antonio Court of Appeals. As judge, yet again, He's helped us tremendously, not just with this project, but other projects that we've had in the past. And just last month, he was sworn in as chairman of the ACOG, which is the Alamo Area Council of Governments. Help me welcome Judge Rob Kelly.
They told me I had 2 minutes. You know a lawyer that can do anything in 2 minutes? But I thought back, I want to welcome you. This is something that we're really excited about. I remember when my family and I made the decision to come here 35 years ago. And we didn't know what to expect. We uprooted our family and our practices, our medical practice and my law practice, and we decided if a doctor and a lawyer couldn't make it here, who could? And I will tell you, this community opened their arms and welcomed us, embraced us very warmly. And we want to extend that invitation to you. You're now family. And one of the things we do in family is we hug or embrace, abrazo. And people ask me sometimes, they see me with the mayor, and we hug when we see each other. And they say, why are you hugging the mayor? I said, because I hugged her before she was mayor. But the one thing that I would like to share, not only embrace and welcome you, but we have a lot of challenges here. And in case you didn't know it, we're growing, right? We're really growing. And I've had the privilege from the perspective of ACOG, which is 13 counties, Hill Country Mental Health and Developmental Disabilities, which is 19 counties that I'm the mental health judge for, our Public Defender's Office, which is 5 counties. I have a regional perspective. And I recently had the opportunity to chair the TxDOT I-10 corridor study for this section of I-10 from Seguin to Ozona, right? We're right in the middle. And it was staggering to see what the growth projections are for this area right now. The 2050 projections for employment, population, economic impact, and the GDP for where we sit right now is over 80% for 2050. That's how much we're going to grow. And we're in the middle of it. We're sitting here right here on I-10. And that is the lifeline of Texas. It goes from one end to the other. And so we're excited about the opportunity. We welcome you. And we look forward to being able to get close to friends with you enough to be able to hug too. So welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Now we have Mr. Dalton Rice. His introduction is short. He's a Green Beret. That's all I have to say, right? No, let me do the formal one. Mr. Rice has been the city manager for Kerrville since October. And again, you know, as soon as he started, actually before he started, we already started working on this project, so he hit the ground running. Before Kerrville, he served as city manager at Morgan's Point Resort in Central Texas. Mr. Rice has a bachelor's degree from Western Carolina University and a master's from George Washington University. He also has more than 13 years of service to our country as a member of the U.S. Army, where he was a Green Beret. Help me welcome our city manager, Dalton Rice.
Well, I appreciate everybody coming, esteemed guests, and again, welcome to the community. I really want to take this opportunity briefly to thank the City of Kerrville team. You know, between City Council, EDC, EIC, and everybody that I'm going to forget, there's a lot of people that behind the scenes that have been working really hard to make this happen. And so I'd love to give a round of applause for all the City of Kerrville team, our planning, Michael Hornis, and everybody who have really done their due diligence to help accomplish this. So give them real quick. The next thing I really want to talk about, I've been here 4 months today, and it seems like much longer than that. I hit the ground running coming in on this project and many others, but I had a really fortunate opportunity to go to Monterey and see the facilities. You know, and Gil painfully talks about, you know, the military side and the special forces, but having traveled the world, I didn't know what to expect. You never underestimate anything. And traveling to Monterey and seeing the facilities, I was blown away. I didn't know what to expect going in there, But one of the things that I saw, and one of the big reasons why we wanted to move to Kerrville, was values, was family. I talk a lot about, for a town of 25,000 people, we have very small town values, and we still have a very small town feel compared to most. And that's what I saw traveling the facilities, meeting the employees, meeting the staff, meeting the team, and just seeing how not only do they value family in the community of Monterey, but also how they treat their employees and how they really value that employee-centric mentality. And I think that's going to be something very welcome here in the city of Kerrville. So as we continue this journey and kind of change the page of this book in the prologue, I think the next step that we're looking forward to and hitting the ground running is what's next. And Gil and I have talked, and we've talked with a lot of the team and Salvador, of course. What is this going to lead into? What are the other future opportunities for our workforce, for our families, and really integrating these two communities into one. So on behalf of the city staff, we really appreciate it, and welcome to Kerrville. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. City Manager. Now we have Kim Clarkson. She returned to her native Kerrville after graduating from the University of Texas in Austin. As Vice President of Kerr County Abstract and Title Company, she oversees the abstract and examination of the operation and also develops and promotes the firm through marketing and community involvement. She is a former councilwoman for the City of Kerrville and is the chair of the Economic Improvements Corporation, which is the Type B economic development entity for Kerrville. And I feel like I'm saying this over and over again, but she helped us tremendously with the project. That's because everybody is up here, including some of you all that are here as well, really pulled together for this project. And she's one of the ones that, again, really helped us from her position in the EIC. Help me welcome Ms. Kim Clarkson.
Thank you, Gil. Today, on behalf of a talented group of men and women that I have the pleasure of serving with on the Economic Improvement Corporation, or EIC Board of Directors, I've been given the distinct pleasure of also welcoming you to Kerrville. The EIC was formed in 1999 from our voters who decided that economic opportunity was important and that we would form a separate corporation to distribute 1/2 cent of every collected sales tax dollar that we receive. Since our formation, we've been able to fund $87,949,876 worth of projects, which I just learned today from our city manager. So I believe that all of the citizens who believe in economic improvement and the boards that have come before me would say that today is an amazing opportunity for us to continue to support economic growth and development. EIC has owned 86 acres along Peterson Farm Road for over 20 years now. We retained this land because we wanted to wait for the right partner to come along. Today is that day, and through a unanimous vote of our board of directors, I can say with confidence that the Economic Improvement Corporation believes that you are the partner that we were waiting for. Today, our EIC board of directors stands alongside KEDC, the City of Kerrville, Kerr County, KPUB, and many others to welcome you to Kerrville, Texas, the place that we proudly call home, and we know that you will soon proudly call your home as well. May our partnership not only provide all of us with opportunities for positive economic growth and development, but may it also allow us to form and forge new and lasting friendships. Megaacrete, welcome home.
Thank you, Ms. Clarkson. So before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize Texas Representative Andrew Murr. Thank you for being here with us today. He's provided some overwhelming support at the Capitol with some of our projects in the past, and specifically with this one as well, as we're now moving into workforce development and what have you. So he's been instrumental, again, in helping us with the project. So thank you, Mr. Representative. And also Katie Milton Jordan. I think most of you all have met her already. She is the Deputy Director of the KDC. She's been an outstanding team member who has worked in almost every aspect of this project since its inception. She started actually just a couple of months before we started working this deal. And she's already contributed significantly to our community through her efforts in the Child Care Program, Workforce Initiative, and the Entrepreneur Center. So not too sure where she's at, but thank you, Katie. And just so you know, she actually tells me what to do. And then I'd like to recognize Mr. Mike Whitler. He is the CEO and General Manager of the Kerrville Public Utility Board. He's also my former chairman of the KDC, and like the mayor, he and his team were very, very involved with this project from day one. I'm not too sure if he's here, but thank you, Mike. And today, on behalf of the K-Pub, we have Amy Dozier. Ms. Dozier is Director of Finance for Kerrville Public Utility Board. She has more than 20 years of finance and accounting experience, including serving as CFO for the City of Kerrville. Amy is a board member of the Kerrville Public School Foundation and the Government Finance Officers Association of Texas. She is a certified public accountant and has an MBA from TCU and an undergraduate degree in accounting from Texas A&M. Let me welcome Ms. Dozier.
All right, good afternoon. Like Gil said, my name is Amy Dozier. I'm the Director of Finance at Kerrville Public Utility Board. What a great reason we have to celebrate today. Thank you to Gil and Katie and the entire team at KEDC, as well as our state and community partners for all the hard work that you've put in to get us to this day. First and foremost, I want to welcome Megaacrete to Kerrville and the Texas Hill Country. I can already tell that your company has excellent management because you made the very smart decision to expand to our city. Megaacrete's commitment to innovation, quality, and customer service, combined with decades of experience, is truly impressive. And then you elevated Megaacrete even further by choosing Kerrville, Texas as your strategic manufacturing location. You have uniquely positioned Megaacrete to quickly become the industry leader in the U.S. We at K-Pub look forward to partnering with Megaacrete and contributing to your success by supplying safe, reliable, and low-cost power to your operations. We want you to know that you have the full support of the Kerrville community behind you. We wish you much success, and we can't wait to see you thrive here in the Texas Hill Country. Thank you.
Thank you, Amy. Two more people I'll recognize before we have our next speaker. That is Mr. James Taylor. Not sure where he's at, but James Taylor, he heads up the Mexico division of the Texas Governor's Economic Development Team. He's been fantastic to work with, and I'll say that since working with him, specifically on this project, he's been very savvy and astute when it comes to doing business and navigating the economic landscape both in Texas and Mexico, because as you can imagine, that's a little complicated, and he's done a very an outstanding job with that. So James, thank you. And also Mr. Salvador Garza, I know he's here. I would like to take the opportunity, recognize him. He is the CEO of Litecrete and the newly formed Megaacrete. He has more than 20 years experience in the building material industry, most of which has been with the parent company of Cemex. It was more than a year ago when we embarked on this journey, and Salvador, here we are. He's very diligent, and I'm gonna say very strategic in everything that he does with his approach, and as I've known him specifically with this project. So actually, you're going to hear from him at the Economic Summit, a little plug for the Economic Summit on February 29th. He's going to be your first speaker for the day, and you're going to have a whole hour to hear him specifically on this project. So can't wait to hear Salvador. So Salvador, thank you. Okay, so Mr. Bernardo Zambrano, he is the CEO of Grupo Bexel, as well as a member of board of directors of multiple national and international firms, and also the founder and principal of the Zambrano family office, Zinco Capital. He's worked for such enterprises as Citigroup's Global Markets Division in Sao Paulo and Cemex offices in London. He's also helped oversee several operations and the strategy of more than 15 global business ventures. He has an MBA from IE Business School in Madrid and a bachelor's from the Instituto Tecnológico de Estudios y Superiores de Monterrey, and professional business certificates from both New York University Business School and Harvard Business School. And now he is, in his newest venture, he is co-owner of Megaacrete. Help me welcome Mr. Bernardo Zambrano.
I need to wear the glasses now, so. Thank you, Gil. I stand before you today with a deep sense of gratitude and excitement as we gather here in Kerrville, the heart of the Hill Country, a place that resonates with charm, embraces the spirit of entrepreneurship, and boasts a community that exemplifies a can-do attitude reminiscent of the Monterrey region. Before we delve into the exciting journey that brought us here to Kerrville, I would like to take a moment to express our sincere appreciation to some distinguished individuals in the room without whom this venture would not have been possible. Join me, please, in recognizing Mayor Judy Eigner, County Judge Rob Kelly, Mike Whitler, the General Manager of the KPUB, Kim Clarkson, Chair of the EIC, and Todd Buck, Chairman of the Key EDC, and everybody else who was involved in this project, please. Kerrville, with its natural beauty, the flowing river, and the warmth of its people, captured our hearts from the beginning. It reminded us of places with a rich can-do culture, which, much like the Monterrey region, however, what truly set Kerrville apart was its leadership. A leadership that goes above and beyond, demonstrating a genuine desire to be partners in our shared vision. When we were exploring potential locations for our project, we considered various cities in Texas, yet Kerrville stood out significantly. And today, I would like to share with you some of the reasons why. First and foremost, the way Kerrville brought together both community and business leadership during our site visits left a lasting impression. We discovered a commitment that went beyond mere interest. It was a dedication to creating lasting partnerships. I've learned that the KEDC, along with several key leaders, formed a group aptly named the Jedi Team. This team was specifically designed to assist and ensure the success of our venture. The fact that such a group exists speaks volumes about Kerrville's forward-thinking and collaborative approach to economic development. What truly sealed the deal for us, however, was a community effort. The passion, enthusiasm, and unwavering support we witnessed from the people of Kerrville were instrumental in our decision to invest here. The collective spirit and dedication displayed by the community underscored the notion that Kerrville is not just a city, it is an emerging economic force in Texas. In closing, I want to express our sincere gratitude to everybody involved for their outstanding leadership. Together, we're embarking on a journey that will not only contribute to the economic growth of Kerrville, but will also strengthen the ties that bind us as a community. Thank you, Kerrville, for welcoming us with open arms. We're very excited about the future we will build together. I would like to add something that, so our dad, this month would be that he passed away 1 year ago. A lot of us got to, that are involved in the project got to know him. And as you know, this was his project, his vision. He was super, super mega excited about this. And I know he would be really, really proud of everybody here now that this is now a dream come true. So thank you, Kerrville.
Thank you, Bernardo. I would also like to recognize Ms. Margarita Zambrano, sister of Bernardo, and also a stakeholder of the company. Thank you for your investment in Kerrville, support for our community. And so I first met you in our initial meeting with the late Don Jorge Zambrano. And I mean, it was quite the honor to meet him. And we're there at his office in Monterrey, and we had a great conversation specifically about three things. One was this project and the love for the company and the passion that he had for this project. So for me, it's like I was already kind of like, okay, just watch us how we're gonna work this deal. And the second thing that I really enjoyed talking to him about was cars, not the movie Cars, but he just loves cars, and I happen to be a gearhead, so I love cars too. So we're really connected, and I'm here like, wow, I'm talking to him about cars. I mean, how cool is that? Only thing is that he liked European cars, and I liked American muscle cars, but still, we connected. And then the third thing that we talked about was the University of Texas. Graduated from my alma mater. So then, obviously, at this point, I'm like, I'm really vested in this project. Now I have to really make it happen. So that was my introduction to him, and thank you. I mean, I really enjoyed that conversation with him, and here we are today. So now, allow me to introduce the next member of the Megaacrete family, as Mr. Thomas Herb. Mr. Herb, he earned his bachelor's and master's of business administration from Babson College and Northwestern University's Kellogg Graduate School of Management. In one of his many capacities, he was the vice president of the largest independent Coca-Cola bottling company in the nation. Mr. Herb, who's from the Chicago area, is a member of the Urban Land Institute's Senior Housing Council and the Barrington Area Community Foundation's Board of Directors. He is also a managing partner of the Barrington Venture Holding Company and the founding partner of the Integrated Development Group, LLC, development firm which specializes in luxury senior housing. And now, he is not only a stakeholder of Aercon, but now co-owner of Megaacrete. Help me welcome Mr. Thomas Herb.
Good afternoon. I'm Tom Herb, and I'm a co-owner of Megaacrete. It sounds wonderful to say that. It really does. And I'm very excited to be here in Kerrville. And I want to thank Mayor Judy and Gil and the rest of their staff and the community for welcoming us and working very hard to help us make an easy decision, to make our decision easy to be here. We spent a lot of time looking at other cities, other locations to bring this project to, and nobody made us feel as welcome as Kerrville did. So thank you very much. I'm going to echo all the comments here that I heard tonight about family. And it's really important because my family has a connection to Texas. Believe it or not, back in the 70s, I grew up just outside of Houston in a little town called Conroe. Then years moved on, and Dad got real successful and bought a ranch up in Hamilton. And we've been going to Hamilton for the past 20 years. And my daughter now goes to TCU. And so we've been coming down to visit. So we've been connected to Texas, especially to Central Texas, for a long time. And to bring a new business venture like Megaacrete to Texas is just an absolute awesome endeavor that I'm looking forward to being a part of. So again, thank you for everyone who got involved with this to help us make the decision to be here so easily. I also was told I have 2 minutes or so, but they could say I could talk as long as I want. But since I stand between you and refreshments, I'm going to be brief. About a year ago, I met Salvador, and we were in Las Vegas at the World of Concrete show, and it was a crazy show. 3 days of nonstop talking to all kinds of customers and potential customers and whatnot about aerated autoclave concrete. And I think the last day we got introduced to each other, and we started talking about, you know, how do we make this product? How do we make this amazing building product? How do we grow the industry? How do we get there? And I said, hey, the only ways we can do this is to build more facilities. And we talked about, oh, but let's stay in contact. Let's figure out something, how to do this. And I can tell you that probably once, maybe twice in a career, you get presented with an opportunity to do something really, really amazing. A year ago, I met I can't do this. Salvador. My Midwestern accent's killing me. I'm sorry. And it wasn't long after I met Bernardo and Margarita. And we got together, and it was incredibly apparent that we shared a common vision to build this industry and provide America with a new, fantastic building solution, which is aerated autoclave concrete. But it wasn't just that. It was our families, our visions, how we kind of go about spending time with our families and the value systems that we have were very much aligned. And it was incredible that suddenly this opportunity of a chance meeting with Salvador turned into Megaacrete. And it is just, like I said, it's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of a meeting. And I am so lucky and fortunate to be part of this. And this is a long term. This isn't like we're going to do this and be out of it in 5 years. This is a long-term vision that we have. And I am so excited to be bringing the very first Megaacrete facility to Kerrville. So with that, thank you everybody who's been involved in this process to bring us here and help us make the decision to bring the very first Megaacrete facility to Kerrville, Texas. Thank you.
Thank you, Tom. Down to our last one. Said no more than an hour. Before I introduce Mr. Todd Bach, we'll say that like the Zambranos, I also met Mr. Marvin Herb. This was it was a while back already. And, you know, he's a little bit up there in age, and we're meeting, I don't know, like 8 o'clock in the morning at the office, and he drove in from his ranch, which is a 3-4 hour drive, and walked in real nondiscreet, and, you know, had his blue jeans, and he had this belt buckle. And we were there after a while, and I was like that belt buckle. I mean, he had his jeans belt buckle. I don't know if it was a plaid shirt or not, but and so I asked him about the belt buckle. So he proceeded to tell the story about how his employees gave it to him for some special occasion. And after an hour-long meeting, you can tell that he really perked up about that belt buckle, which was really, really special to him. So we're returning the favor now. So we got a special, we don't have it with us right now, but a special custom-made belt buckle with Project Mount Saddle, Kerrville, Texas, specifically for him. So thank you. So Mr. Todd Bach, he has served in various nonprofit organizations, city-appointed boards, and commissions. Mr. Bach was elected to Kerrville City Council, and at the age of 35, he was elected mayor of Kerrville. So for more than 3 decades now, he has been working as general manager of the Bach family RV dealership, and today he is the chairman, my chairman, of the KEDC, and has been fully supportive of this project, but not just about this project, but just economic growth in the city. And again, I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but he just really played a vital role in making this project happen and landing this deal for us here in Kerrville. So please help me welcome Mr. Todd Bach.
Welcome, everyone. As you've heard today, there's a reoccurring theme. It happens to be the same theme that I'm here to speak about, and that is family. Salvador, our first meeting when you and your team came down was talking about family. We met at our meet and greet, we talked about family. Had lunch with your father, we talked about family. So many of us here today are family orientated. That's why we live here. Our businesses are family orientated. Together we talked about our worship and our faith and how strong the faith is within this community. So as you can see, as we walked through this project and as it came together, it was the same reoccurring theme that we all had. It was just a feeling that it was just meant to be. And meant to be means that there are so many pieces and people involved. And I want to say thank you to the Zambrano family and the Herb family and the opportunity that you bring to our families within our community. And I also want to thank all of our partners. And a lot of you here in this room today, most all of you in this room today, have led a path at one time or another that allows KEDC to be here today and do what we do. And that goes to the City of Kerrville, to Kerr County, to KPUB, and to EIC. You allow us to do what we do at KEDC. This is the type of product and the type of vision that we share because you allow us to do this. You fund us to do this. And with your leadership out there and your leadership here behind me and from our partners at the state, we are able to have these type of successes. And our success will be based on what you want and you desire. And as a result of that, I feel strongly that we delivered to this community the type of project that we want to see and grow and make our economic development in Kerr County so diverse and so beneficial for all of us here today. And not only that, but we go back to our families, our raising our kids, the opportunities that we're going to give all of those in the future and that Megaacrete's going to give in the future. We want to thank all of you today. Without you, we would not be here today. And Gil and Katie, on behalf of the board and all of our board members, we can't tell you how thankful we are to be a part of what you and Katie do every single day. We have a new vision and a new strategy plan that's going to be unveiled this year, and part of that is to letting this community know what we do and who allows us to do it, and that is our strategic partners. We're allowed to go out and we're allowed to take Kerr County and put it in front of some incredible prospects and opportunities, and want all of you to know that we have our community at heart. And as you can see, and you've heard from the ownership of Megaacrete, what type of environment that we're attracting and what type of business leadership that we are here attracting into the Kerr County region. And on behalf of myself and on behalf of Kerr County and the leadership that I have told the judge and I've told the mayor, I've never seen such leadership exemplified at the two levels in which we were able to see through this project. And Salvador, and I know you know this, you've commented, he is the man. He is the man. And your team, from horseback riding that we've talked about, we appreciate having you all here. And I want to thank the support that I get from the community and the support I get from this leadership and the direction in which KEDC goes is not me. It is much greater than me. I am just one piece of the puzzle that allows all of the community input to refer it back, and our board of directors are just fantastic. Board of directors, if you're here, would you please stand up, and I'd like to recognize our KEDC board of directors. Thank you for all your hard work and support. And finally, in conclusion, from the bottom of all of our hearts, we want to welcome the families and Megaacrete to our community. We are very blessed to have you as a part of our home. Welcome home. Thank you.
Thank you, Todd, and thank you, everybody. This concludes our program for today. I think there's some I can't pronounce it, snacks and some drinks. Please enjoy. If you all are scheduled to take some photos, please hang out here so we can take some group photos. Thank you, everybody. ¿Qué hubo?
Salvador me dijo que no quieras public recognition.
¿Que no quería qué?
O que no quieras public recognition.